Hello friends, welcome back. In this video, we are going to work on profile page functionality. So if I go to profile page, as you can see, we don't have anything. So here we are going to display the logged in user data. So for that, we don't need to call any API. We have the data in the global store. So if I go to profile and index.tsx, so this is the component where we need to make the change. So here I'm going to take a const and we need to destructure the user that is equal to users global store. Okay. We need to import this user global store from global store user store, and it is a type of, so as I users global store. Okay. Save this file and let me just make this small. Okay. Or maybe we can just close this. So now here in the return, I am going to take a h1 tag and inside I'm going to say profile. Save this file and let's check in the browser. Okay, so here as you can see, we have this profile page. So here we have the profile. I think here we need to add some class name. Class name that is going to be text Excel font bold. Okay, so now it is bold, and then we are going to display the user property in the grid format. So each column will display a label and a property. Okay, so for that we need to write a common function which will take the label and value and it will return the UI of the property. So here I'm going to take a const and let's name the function as render user property equals to, and we need the parameter. So this is correct. Label that is going to be string and value that is going to be any. Okay, instead of string we are going to say any. And here let's open and close curly braces, return, and inside return I'm going to take a div, and inside that div let's take an h1 tag. Okay, and here I'm going to say label. Okay, and inside the p tag I'm going to take the value, and here let's add some class names. So that is going to be text xs and text gray. Okay, text gray 600, and inside this p tag here I'm going to say class name that is going to be font semi bold and text sm. Okay, save this. Let's check it in the browser. Okay, we need to use this function here, so that's what we need to do. So here inside return I'm going to take a div and let's add a class name that is going to be grid hyphen call hyphen 3. Then we need a gap of 5 and margin top I'm keeping as 5. Okay, and inside the div I'm going to say render user property, which the function which we created, and first one is name that is going to be user name. Okay, or not applicable, and second is no, not name. This is going to be, sorry, this one is fine. Let me just cut this email. I don't want to show the email. Here I'm going to show user ID. Okay, user ID, and this is going to be user ID. Okay, and this is going to be email. Yeah, that's fine. First I need ID, name, and email. Let's save this and go back here. So as you can see, we have this user ID, name, and email. Then let's console log this user information. So console dot log and let's check it in the console, what data we are having. So if I go to console, here is the object. If I open this, so here as you can see, we have this created at, we have last sign in at, and we have updated at. Okay. So these are all timestamp. So we need to convert this into a normal date and time format. So for that, we need to use one package which is called day.js. Okay. So let's go to the Visual Studio Code and let's open console. Sorry, let's open the terminal. And here I'm going to say new terminal. And here I'm going to type npm install day.js. Okay, hit enter. This is done. Let me close this, and here we are going to import day.js from day.js. Okay, and we need to use this day.js. So here I'm going to say render user property, and let's open this. And here I'm going to say created at. Okay, and here let's give a comma day.js, and then we need user question mark dot. This is going to be a null check question mark dot. Okay, so question mark dot created at. Okay, and the format that is going to be dot format. We need this to be into date, month, year, and we also need r mm a. Okay, this is done or not applicable. I think this is fine. Render created at. Okay, this is perfect. And this we need for similar thing we need for last login or last sign in, and then we need for updated ad as well. So here it is already giving an option. So updated ad JS, this is fine. Then we need for last sign in. So not profile picture. What was that? Last sign in. Yeah, this is the property name. So let me just copy this, go back here and render user property, and let's say last sign in. Okay, and comma user question mark dot paste it. Yeah, this is fine. Updated at last sign in at question mark. Okay, why this is giving me user question mark last sign in at format date. So last sign in does not exist in iUser. Okay. So let's go back here. We need to add this in user interface. So here I'm going to say last sign in adds as string. Okay, so let's go back. Now the error is gone away. And I think we need to check this in the browser. Let's see what data we are getting. So here, as you can see, user ID, email, created ad, updated ad, and last sign in. So it is showing NA, but it should show the value. I think user, 1 second, let me just check the console. Created at. Okay, so maybe this is not correct. Created at. Okay, this is also updated at. 1 second, let me just copy the property name correct. Otherwise, it will give an issue. Okay, what is the problem? Does not exist in iUser. Okay, sorry, updated at, and this is created at, right? Created underscore at. I think this should work now. As you can see, we are getting the correct data now, created at and updated at. Okay. So this data is coming up now. So this is it for this video. Thank you for watching.